that we would have Ray Ciancaglini up here to accept an award on behalf of the Basilio, Carmen Basilio and his family. Ray is the 2011 Courage Award winner, Jerry Flink Courage Award winner, and father of the second Impact, which, as you may know, brings awareness to the dangers of concussion sustained while playing sports. This guy is remarkable, making a big difference in a lot of communities. Ray Ciancaglini.
I have to tell you, I've been in a lot of pressure situations in the ring, but I tell you tonight, this is the biggest pressure I've ever been under. Carmen Basilio means a lot to me for a long time. And I want to do this right for him. I spent Friday morning with Carmen at the hospital. And when I first walked in the room, he said, "Hey, Bacala." Yeah. And it was such a relief to hear that famous quip. And then shortly thereafter, the doctor walked in and asked Carmen, "How are you feeling?" And Carmen replied, "With my hands." The doctor turned to me and said, I guess he's doing much better. Tell Josie I'll be checking on him later. Right then I knew everything was going to be okay. And it's a big disappointment not having Carmen and Josie here tonight. But on the bright side, Carmen is getting better every day. And thank God for that. You know, the chance of meeting a two-time world champion probably comes around once in a lifetime. The chance of accepting an award for a two-time world champion is astronomical. On behalf of Carmen Basilio and his family, I humbly stand here tonight accepting this proclamation from Assemblyman Joseph Morelli, and the state of New York, recognizing Carmen Basilio as the recipient of the prestigious Hickok Award 55 years ago. Carmen is extremely honored to receive this proclamation. He and Josie extend their sincere gratitude and best to everyone. When you look at Carmen's record as a former welterweight and middleweight champion of the world, one would think you're reading a Hall of Fame list with the names of the likes of Sugar Ray Robinson, Gene Foreman, Kid Gavilan, and yes, a gentleman also being honored here tonight, one of the all-time great welterweight champions, and Carmen's dear friend, Tony DeMarco. You know, Carmen is still one of the most recognized and respected athletes in the world. Growing up in the 50s and 60s, I remember there were two athletes in my time that, that we all idolized and wanted to emulate. Mickey Mantle and Carmen Basilio. And as proof of their popularity, Mickey won the famous Hickok belt in 1956, and Carmen was the honored recipient in 1957. And tonight I have made a judgment call. I had one written up here, and I had another one if I was doing fairly well. So I think I am tonight, and I want to share just a sentimental piece here with you about Carmen. Carmen Basilio was an inspiration to so many. He inspired me to become a boxer that began all the way back to the year 1957. I was 6 years old, hanging around at my grandparents' Italian restaurant on Exchange Street in Geneva. And every Friday night, the bar room would be packed with patrons to watch the Gillette Friday night fights on the 20-inch Admiral TV above the bar. My father, who was bartending, would always try to get a better screen on the television by adjusting the rabbit ears. And one night, the guys were getting real anxious. And they'd yell, "Angelo, hurry up. Carmen Basilio's fighting tonight." Finally, Dad got the picture adjusted, and I watched as the crowd in the bar room roared with every punch Carmen threw. The only time it got quiet was when the Gillette razor and the Schultz and Dooley beer commercials came on between rounds. That night made such an impression on me. After the fight, I ran in the back room, filled up a laundry bag with linens, and started using it as a punching bag. My grandmother came in and asked me what I was doing. I told her, "Grandma, I'm Carmen Basilio." And she said, "Well, Raymond, there's only one Carmen Basilio. Never mind that boxing stuff. You better go to college. Now get back in the bar room and help your grandfather." You know, it grew. Every month after that day, I would scrape up 35 cents. For all the young ones out there, 35 cents was a lot of money back then. And I'd scrape up that 35 cents to buy a Ring magazine at the local newsstand, because it always had a story about Carmen in it. And I'll tell you what, I'm now 61 years old, and he still inspires me today. And let me see, okay, the Hickok Belt was last awarded in 1976. But through the tremendous insight and hard work of Tony Licioni, this historic jewel and the kingpin of all sports awards is being revived here in Rochester, right where it originated in 1950. And considered by many to be the greatest fighter, pound for pound of all time. What greater athlete could there be to commemorate the rebirth of the famed Hickok Belt Award than Rochester's very own Carmen Basilio? Here's to you, champ. Here's to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. What a great speech. We thank you. We thank you for being a part of our club, Boxing Hall of Fame. We love you, buddy. Thank you. Thanks, Ray.